black.
I'm black. And I'm blackity black.
I did the old school build up real quick. Right. But anyway, welcome back to the week. I'm trying to get it's your boy Howard, Try Hip Hop Podcast. I messed up the intro. Welcome to Try Hip Hop Podcast. This is your boy Howard and my man
Kurt. Kurt, what up, y'all?
And we got things to talk about. First of all, how was your week, sir?
It was pretty good. You know, I ain't gonna lie. It went by pretty fast. You know, no concerns. My sciatica situation is getting better.
Okay, let's that up.
Yeah. I got one more visit with my physical therapist, but I think that's pretty much going to be it. And then I'm going to just, you know, every now and then follow up with my doctor if it starts to come back or something like that, you know. I noticed on Sadat X's page, he had the same issue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was talking about it a couple of days ago. He was like, yo, this sciatica almost took me out today. I was like, well, dang. I was like, bro, I can relate. Trust me. It's crazy, man. That pain is no joke. When it shoot through you, you feel like, and he actually said the same thing I said. He was like, he said, I almost prayed to God that he just cut my leg off.
Dang.
That's how much pain you be in. You be just feeling like, just take the whole thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Sadat X. Shout out to your progress, sir.
Yeah, man.
Doing, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, other than that, my week has been really good. I haven't had any complaints, you know, just trying to, you know, make this year better than last year. You know how that goes. So how about your week?
Pretty good. Getting back into school, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get back in the flow of things, getting things together. Last weekend, went to a party. A friend of ours had a birthday, so me and the girl, me and Brittany, we went up there, had a good time, fellowship.
Swinger party?
Oh, no, nah.
I was just messing with you.
I'm about to say, Brittany ain't gonna hear none of that shit. She cut my whole dick off for I do some shit like that. Well, nah.
I got you.
But yeah, just getting back into the week. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
Can't beat it, man. It's always good when you got a good week going. And, we got a lot of stuff going on in hip-hop. This is episode 151.
151. So, one slip will make a nigga flip.
Yeah, man. I see we got folks on Instagram and we got folks on Facebook as well. So we appreciate y'all checking us out. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
One more time.
Like, share, subscribe. Smash all the buttons.
Smash.
We really, it helps to draw other people in when they see more people are enjoying the channel. So we appreciate any help y'all can give us in that department. Share the pages, share the posts, comment on the posts. Let us know what you think. We need feedback. You know what I mean? So. We love doing this, but we just want to hear back from y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. If you love us, say so. You hate our gut, say so.
Y'all don't love Dr. Dre.
Y'all don't love Howard and Curtis over here, motherfucking East Coast.
Y'all don't love the East Coast. Let it be known then.
Man.
But yeah, so everything is good, man. I'm glad we had a good week. So let's go ahead and get into some things. Got a couple of people we want to acknowledge that passed away. Larry King, the legendary political analyst, commentator, or journalist, whatever you want to call him, he passed away. He was in the business at least, I want to say, 50 years. You know what I mean? So he'd been doing this thing. He had recently, in the past few years, retired from his mainstream job. But, he was still doing some independent work, his own kind of online show and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Larry King, not to cut you off, dude, Larry King was definitely a staple into CNN.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really think a lot of people really, you know what I'm saying? And he did pretty decent interviews. I think one interview that he did with 112.
Oh, okay.
And he said that, one thing about that interview was, the questions he was asking he was like, well, I was surprised to get the answers because there was stuff that he didn't know. So, yeah, man, I'll never forget that. About around the same time that, you know, before Buster Brown left, they had an interview.
Okay.
Yeah, this was about, I think it was like 98.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, he's been doing this thing. He's interviewed a lot of good people. I haven't caught all of those. Like, I didn't see the 112 joint, so I didn't even know about that. But I know he's done a lot of interviews of a lot of artists. So and then we also lost the legendary baseball player Hank Aaron. He's a veteran. He's an icon. But what's so funny is he had just taken the COVID vaccine and then he died. So it's like he made it all these years and then he took the vaccine and died. I don't know, man.
Nah, son.
I don't know about that vaccine, y'all.
I'm not taking that shit. I'm not taking it.
I can't rock with the vax. Y'all can have it, but he definitely he had a long career as a baseball player and he definitely earned his stripes and his status. So, I knew about him growing up. My pops was a big baseball fan, so it was always you always heard about those famous people like him. So yeah, man. But rest in peace to both of them. Matter of fact, let's give them a quick moment of silence just to pay our respects. Alrighty. So yeah, we appreciate y'all doing that with us. Like I said, we appreciate y'all checking us out. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to Instagram.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then we got YouTube. We got you going too. So
yep.
And don't forget, we also on other platforms. We're on Twitter. We're on Anchor. We're on Spotify. So we all over the place. You know what I mean? We just left your mama house.
Sure did. Sure did. Your mama cooking them pancakes.
Yeah, man. Scramble them eggs up just like your boy like it. Yeah, man. But yeah, so let's jump in. Now, I don't know if a lot of y'all caught it, but over the past few days, Styles P did a personal live video on Instagram where he kind of went on a rant about the music industry and Sony in particular, because he's worked with Sony, and how a lot of artists and mainly himself don't really get compensated properly and fairly over the years after the fact. So we're going to talk a lot about that a little bit later, but he mentioned something that we want to ask y'all our question of the day about. So he said that we should have a union in the music industry, and I think they should have that for every genre of music, not just for hip hop, but for everybody, because artists do get shitted on a lot of times in the music industry, especially hip hop artists, because a lot of them are coming from the streets and they don't know no better. They get them while they're young. A lot of these rappers now coming out when they're 15, 16, and you know what I mean? So, do you think that we should have a union for the music industry, especially hip hop? But I think all music industry needs it. But do you guys think we should have that so that artists can have some real representation? Because I have to admit, when I worked at one of my past jobs that did have a union, I felt a lot safer and secure knowing that if anything went wrong, I can go to my union reps and they would handle it. You know what I mean? And they would tell me what I needed to do.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
I mean, it's definitely good to have some type of representation. It's really, especially us being in North Carolina, I know it's off the subject, but on the subject, it's really kind of hard to,
right.
Unions here is really, really rough. Like the teachers don't even have unions.
Right.
Other places do.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, it's like, they definitely, as far as like the music industry goes, they should have some type of representation. You know what I'm saying? Because if because they're going to make, that's the thing, if they have the union, they're going to make money, and then you're still protecting those guys. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make your money. and the whole industry has just been so predatory anyway.
Right.
And it's just like you said, they grab young artists, and then they give them all this money, then not knowing they have to pay all this back. Then on top of that, they pretty much separated the old heads from the younger artists, so that the old heads can't really give them wisdom like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just talking to hip hop, and then it's just like it's just this disconnect. Rock music, especially since it's been gentrified. You know what I'm saying, over the years, not knocking it, because obviously I enjoy rock, but you know what I'm saying, they would like if some group came out now, like some rock group came out now, they'll probably look up, I don't know if they still running like a Nirvana. They will look up Alice in Chains. They'll look up, hell, they even go back, we'll look up a Zeppelin. We like this guy, we want him to be on our shit. You know what I'm saying? But when then it comes to hip hop, it's, that nigga old. You know what I'm saying?
Get him out of here.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. It's like it's that disconnect that don't give you the nod, so they don't make the same mistakes like the old heads did.
Right.
So they could be in better position. So
and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that they've sowed a lot of seeds of discord in the black community in general. So they make us feel like we have to be pitted against each other instead of supporting each other. So that's going to carry over into the music and make them young people feel like, you my competition. You had your time. Get out of the way. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. But I think that comes from that, because society always kind of makes everything we do as, a competition of some sort. You know what I mean? And we do have nothing wrong with healthy competition, like in music, but sometimes a lot of our artists don't know where to draw that line. You know what I mean? So,
and then on top of that too, like especially with black people, they make it like that 1 million is the only million left in that industry. Right. And I'm just using million for, I know it's bigger than what it is now, but I'm just using million for like, a term. Yeah. But they take 1 million and make it like that the last million. And then what they'll do is they'll say like, we can't have too many of y'all up here because it ain't enough for everybody. But then, all their people that, people that don't really have nothing to do with what they do or any work or what the artist has done, they're getting money off of it, or at least getting, some of them ain't getting hand over fist of it all, right? But they're still getting something off of it,
right?
So it's like, come on, man. Yeah. And then you saying there's no piece of the pie. They couldn't work out a deal for like, okay, you did this, and over 6 years, this rolls over, and over this rolls up. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's plenty to go around, man. So we should never look at it like that, like it's not enough to go around. There's plenty out there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no matter what they say about money, no matter how much they tell you it's not enough to go around, just like they always say, we can't do no reparations, but they about to do a third stimulus. You know what I mean? They did one for, what was it, $1,200, then they did the $600. Now they about to do another $1,200.
I thought $1,400.
Is it 14?
Yeah, so they make it two, so they can actually make it 2,000.
Yeah. 1,400. But you know what I mean? They'll be quick to say, when you say, what about reparations? We ain't got enough.
We can't do that.
Ain't enough money.
They'll cripple the nation.
Right.
They'll cripple the nation. Yeah. We can't have y'all Negroes rise up above, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all do to us like what we did to y'all. We can't have
exactly. And we don't care about revenge. We just want our proper status in society.
We just want, exactly, pretty much so-called equal billing.
Yeah.
That's it.
But, it is what it is. But question of the day, do y'all think there should be a union for the music industry? I definitely do. We need proper representation for these artists to make sure they get the right amounts of money and all of that. But see, the record execs, they don't like that because that means it's got to cut into what they get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you got somebody who's advocating for you, you know, then they don't like that. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Though they make all these deals. Them, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just one artist that they make money off of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They make money off of several artists.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fact of it is, they don't really. I mean, they may do the work as far as like putting it out in copies, the distribution and stuff like that. But as far as like the creative process and stuff, they're not really doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
Yep. So, let's jump into some birthdays so we can get some birthday shout outs right now. So, back on January 25th, we had DJ Enough. He had a birthday.
No.
Also on January 25th, the R&B princess Alicia Keys. She's one of my favorites when it comes to singing. You know, I don't think she has like the strongest like voice in the world, but all of her songs would just be, you know, really good. You know what I mean?
she's kind of like the, lack of a better word, like the Bruce Springsteen. Like she, you know, he wasn't like the greatest singer. He just she's just a good performer.
Yeah. She can sing, but you know, she ain't the best or anything. But yeah, definitely love the fact that she's multi-talented. Her birthday was also on the 25th. On January 26th, which was yesterday, the political activist Angela Davis, her birthday was yesterday. She's still alive, actually. She's like 77 right now, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, she's been around for a minute, you know, back from the Black Panther Party and all of that, you know what I mean? So coming up on tomorrow, on the 28th, we got Sister Soldier.
Okay.
Who was rocking with PE, and she's also a political activist. Also coming up tomorrow, the God MC, Rakim. Allah, yeah, man. You hear that beat? That's my joint right there. So happy birthday to both of them. Never knew Sister Soldier shared the same birthday as the God MC. So definitely thought that was interesting. Coming up on the 29th, my man DJ and producer Diamond D from Digging in the Crates. You know what I mean? That's my dude right there. Also coming up on the 30th, Kid Cudi. And then also on the 30th, John Forte. Remember him from Lauryn Hill? He was running with Lauryn Hill and the Fugees and all of them.
Okay.
And then on the 31st, we got my man Afu Ra. He came up with J. Rue the Damager. He was running with him for a while. You know, he's a dope lyricist too.
Oh yeah, not Mathematics, but what's that? Mathematics is Most Def song, but there was one song I know what it is. But it's been a minute.
Well, yeah, let's give them claps. Happy birthdays, all of that. Yeah, man. Definitely want to acknowledge all of them. So, happy birthday. And then we're going to jump into some music. We got my man from right here in North Carolina. G Yamazawa. He got a new song called Riddle Me This.
Okay.
That joint is hot, man. You know, he always dope with the lyrics. And he always has good production. I like that about him. His beats are always solid, man. Always solid. So he got a video out for that. He also shared it on like his Instagram. He's you know, he's from right here in North Carolina, so y'all need to go check his page out. G Yamazawa. That's spelled Yamazawa. A lot of A's. So yeah, and my man Fat Joe got a new song called Sunshine, aka The Light. That's doing really good on the charts. Everybody's been talking about it, you know what I mean? And so he's doing his thing, you know. That song is doing very well for him.
Fat Joe's in town.
Yeah, man. My man Cowboy from the Furious 5, his son is now doing music. Cowboy passed away years ago, but he's got a son named Doughboy in the music industry. He's got music out. I'm not sure the name of the song, but they shared a snippet of it.
Okay, that's what's up.
So man. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, man. I have to give it to him. It sounded pretty solid.
The rap, man.
Yeah, and then also speaking of sons, Nikki D, the first female from Def Jam, her son is now doing music. He's called the Guap God, and he got a song coming out Friday called Tag 'Em In. He's been showing snippets of it, and it sounds pretty dope too. You know what I mean? So we got to give him some props there. So that's it for my new music. Let's give them some skibbity claps. I thought that was dope. You know, the same week the Son of Cowboys dropping music, the son of Nikki D is dropping music as well. So I like to see, you know, hip hop going through the generations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been, cause there was a time too, like, you had all the, you know, Chris Rivers,
right?
Puffy's son.
Yeah.
You had, Freddie Fox's daughter, Eminem's daughter.
Exactly.
Like, it was like really, really cool to see that.
I think it's going to be really interesting if Eminem's daughter really gets heavy into music, because I've heard her drop a couple of bars before, and she's pretty good. But I would love to see her actually get fully into it. Who else got kids in the industry that's making music? It was somebody I just thought of, and I can't think of him now. Rakim, remember his son dropped some music.
I didn't know his son dropped it.
Yeah, I mentioned it on one of the podcasts. It was like over the summer. He dropped some music, so I guess he's doing his thing, but haven't really heard much from him. But you know, he sounded really talented. Also, there's a kid I just started following on Instagram. He's from the Middle East somewhere. I believe it was Lebanon, maybe.
Okay.
So he's Middle Eastern, but he's only like maybe somewhere between 10 and 13. He's really young, you know, maybe closer to 13, 12, 13. And his name is Abdul something, but man, he's really into real like lyrics and bars. He does some of his own songs, and he's trying to do like peace songs that really unite people. Yeah. But he also does videos where he does a cover of other artists' songs. He did one where he covered Coogee Rap. He did one where he covered Rakim.
All right.
So, you know, he's really into like hip hop as a raw culture and just keeping that spirit of doing bars. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like it, man. So I'll probably try to share some of his stuff. But anyway, let's get into some topics.
All right.
So if y'all haven't heard, my man Trey Songz got arrested at a Kansas City Chiefs game. Ah, man, Trey, what you doing, man?
You know what he doing? Fighting them damn cops.
He said, "You're not gonna take me down, you pigs." You 50 cops think you can take Kung Fu Joe?
They don't know about that.
I'm gonna get you something.
Yeah, I know Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu, Jeet Kune Do. I'm gonna get all you motherfuckers. They unloaded on this nigga.
Man, yo, I started crying when they unloaded on him. I was like, yo, they just hit him with like 1,000 bullets.
Yeah, and then they walked in the payphone. Are you sure you there? What? I've been hit. Where?
Right. He was like, son of a bitch. He just threw the phone down. Like, damn. But yeah, so Trey Songz was arrested at a football game. Basically, from what I understand, he walked into the game with his mask on, but when he got out in the stadium, he took his mask off in the stands.
Dang.
He was also not social distancing. He had a bunch of people with him. He was also taking pictures with people. And supposedly, security approached him multiple times, like, yo, you need to, you know, put your mask on. And so till it finally got to a point where it got physical. Now, Trey Songz is saying that basically it only got physical because the way they approached him, it kind of threw him off. I don't know if his back was turned and they kind of just came up and rushed on him, and he got excited and turned around and just started swinging and kicking or whatever. So, you know what I mean? So now the police are kind of looking at it like, you attacked us. You know what I mean?
Dang.
Not we didn't do anything wrong. You know, you just got excited and jumped on us. So, you know, I mean, as far as I know, you know, he's already out of jail, I believe, but they did take him to jail for like a night or two. So, you know, stay out of trouble, Trey Songz, man. You remember when that fire happened with the Kevin Hart and Puffy in them, and that girl was in the bathtub and her hair caught on fire? You remember that?
Oh, no, wait a minute.
This is a while back. It was like maybe 2011 or 12, somewhere around there. a girl, Puffy was throwing a party in his mansion.
Yeah.
And it was, it's multiple levels. So upstairs it was like dark, but all they had lit was candles.
Yeah.
And then he had like girls who were like sexy and model-esque and stuff, just laying in bathtubs and water, just kind of looking sexy. So people walking by like, oh man, she looking good. So the one girl's in the tub, and the tub is surrounded by candles.
Oh.
And so she didn't realize it, but she went to sink down a little bit in her hair.
Dang.
And so the reason I brought that up was because Kevin Hart was there, Trey Songz was there, and Kevin Hart has this really big reaction. He sees it, he's like, wow, the girl, yo, her hair's on fire. And then he looking at Trey Songz, and Trey Songz is like, yeah, it is, ain't it?
Damn!
He had this kind of monotone, laid back reaction. So I'm like, yo, what happened from that to this? Now you overreacting?
That's hilarious.
Yo, I gotta show you.
That reminds me of damn like my when I was in barber school. Like this one dude, he had some clippers. Actually, it was Fresh. Fresh
shout out to Fresh.
Yeah, Fresh had some trimmers, and there was some Andy trimmers. And shit's count on fire.
Oh wow!
And he's like, yo, he sets on fire. My instructor was like, damn, they are though, ain't they? Yeah.
Oh, stop. Yo, that's hilarious.
Yo.
Matter of fact, speaking of Fresh, that reminds me, I almost forgot. When you asked me how my week was, me and my wife actually went out to a comedy show. Yeah, my man's from Wildin' Out, DC Youngfly was here.
Oh, yo, that's what's up.
He was at the Comedy Zone over the weekend, so we went and caught that Saturday night. It was really good.
Yo, that's what's up.
Yeah, and I know Freshly's done a couple shows up there.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see him, but he wasn't part of that lineup. But it was a really good show. Really good show.
Yeah, man. Oh, real quick too, I meant to say something real quick. Just to shout out some of our local people, around, North Carolina and stuff. My classmate of mine, Kristen Holly Jones, she's been recognized as being one of the few female basketball coaches for men. So
that's dope, man.
Let's
clap that up, man. Yeah. Gotta clap that up, man. Because, for the longest time, they didn't really want to let females be in especially no position of power.
Yeah.
You don't tell us men what to do. I mean, she might help y'all dumbasses get to a championship. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you better listen. But anyway, man, so yeah, Trey Songz, stay out of trouble. Let's
yeah, definitely don't get in trouble now.
Right.
Biden's gonna lock your ass up.
Biden trying to do better, man.
He gonna lock your ass up. I'm good now.
Right.
I ain't said nothing.
Biden gonna send folks to your house, man. If you're not gonna do sir, did you say something about President Biden?
Hell no.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who that is. Biden?
Talking about Joe Biden?
Talking about Joe Biden, right?
That's the only Biden I know.
That's the only Biden I know. I'm saying
sir,
Biden.
I said Biden.
Biden?
Biden, right? Yeah, that's what I said. Biden.
Pump it
up. But in other news, my man Logic, the rapper, is back. He said he was going to retire, but you said he is back now, right?
He is back.
Yeah,
so
man.
Clap that up.
So how'd you hear about that?
I kind of saw it in a post. I didn't really get the chance to dabble into it.
Champ is here.
But you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to see what he's going to do. Yeah. I think for what I've heard is he was in another alias or whatnot. Okay, I don't know if he talked to his therapist and like, look, man, you can let this come out.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I was really a little disappointed about him retiring and him being a little upset and being honest with you, being a bitch about it. Because it's like, dude, like, people gonna talk shit about it.
Right.
That's just what it is. And,
I mean, it's Joe Biden. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Biden.
Right. It's Joe Biden. Joe Biden told him to get out the game.
Joe Biden.
If I become president, you getting out the game.
You need to get out the game. I mean, you look around, Logic. You look over here, your grandmama, she ain't there no more.
Right.
Fucking COVID. Just leave.
But yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't let Joe Budden talk me out of anything. Joe Budden is cool, but I mean, like you said, I mean, who was he to tell somebody you need to get out of the game?
Like I said, I respect Joe now. I mean, and most of the time, you know, Joe's pretty much on point. You know what I'm saying? But some things I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But now, you know, when he broke down his bars and stuff, I can't knock that because, you know, him breaking down Logic bars and he was comparing to this other girl that was like definitely said some shit. It's just like I can understand because he was a rapper, so he knows how this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I get it.
But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm glad because I like Logic as a rapper. I think he got some tremendous skills, and you know, he can do a lot. So I think it's good that he comes back. If he comes under an alias or whatever, I still support that. You know what I mean? Because he does good music. You know what I mean? For him to work with Wu-Tang and Eminem, you got to be a pretty good rapper to do that.
Definitely.
So yeah, definitely support that, and you know, can't wait to hear what else he got to do, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to Logic. So let's talk about verses a little bit, man. So we had Ashanti versus Keisha Cole. I didn't get to see the whole thing. I came in on the last half of it. But what did you think of it? I know you didn't see the whole thing either, but you saw more of the first part.
I saw a little bit of it.
Okay.
Then I looked in, and I saw Keisha Cole lip singing, and I cut that shit right.
I ain't gonna lie.
Cut that shit right.
When I came in, I definitely felt some tension there from Keisha Cole. She seemed like she was really in attitude mode, and I think it felt like. I don't know if she felt like Ashanti was just getting more shine in the moments or if they weren't really paying her enough attention because Ashanti was rather loud and boisterous. So I don't know. And Keisha Cole was kind of low and monotone. Like, yeah, so I want to give a shout out to myself. And Ashanti was like, yeah, so Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, I love everybody, blah, blah, blah. You know. So I don't know if Keisha Cole felt drowned out maybe.
Yeah.
But it definitely felt like she was in her feelings a little bit. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. But
yeah, Shanti's like, thing about, she was not Shanti, but Keisha Cole, I mean, like I said, she's known in the industry for having like really like a horrible attitude problem. So, like I said, for what I seen, you know, I think Ashanti looked nice. Like I said, out of the two, I'd rather bump into Ashanti than Keisha Cole. I think Ashanti's more approachable. As a matter of fact, I have a story about that. So I had a friend that was in, like his dad did something, I don't know. Anyway, this was when I went to high school, and he sat with this lady, black lady, right? And he was, you know, they just happened to talk, and they were just talking. Then all of a sudden, all these people start running up and getting autographs and stuff like that. Found out it was Ashanti.
Okay.
Now this was back in the, you know, the the 90s and stuff, like 98, you know, 99 and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it was really, really, you know, she's really like kind of chilled down to earth.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's what it seemed like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the point. Because I wouldn't, like I said, I can't really say, but yeah. So, but yeah,
I mean,
definitely more approachable.
I also heard that Keisha Cole was late to the show too.
Man.
Yeah, so she came in.
Black people time.
Right.
And she probably still sacrificing a chicken in the closet or some shit.
You gotta see the parody they did of it on Ace Vane. You follow that channel, Ace Vane? He do those little cartoons where he redo the voices and stuff like that. He'll show like real scenarios but redub the voices and something.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did one for the verses. It was funny, man. So yeah, y'all gotta go back and check that out. But yeah, and everybody's saying pretty much Ashanti won. I mean, I thought it was cool. You know, I didn't really get a chance to say who won because, like I said, I came in on the end because I was actually working. And I thought about it after a while. I was like, oh, snap, I forgot about the little verses joint. And so I tuned in, and they were in the last, like, maybe four songs or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was cool, but, you know, I couldn't really say who won. But if I had to give it to somebody, I would say Ashanti probably did win because that's the consensus all over the internet is that Ashanti won.
Yeah.
But speaking of verses, Dipset said they wanted all the smoke with G Unit. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I would love to see that, man. You think that would be a good verses?
Oh, it would definitely be a good verses, man. Like, the diss songs they had for each other.
Yeah.
I mean, even the hits and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it would definitely, be great to see that, honestly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, and actually, speaking of which, that's something else I was going to, they actually did an interview with, I forgot who, I think it was the Breakfast Club. Okay. It might have been the Breakfast Club, I can't remember. No, it wasn't the Breakfast Club. It was Talib Kweli's podcast.
Okay.
The people, what is it? The
People's Champ?
Yeah, People's Choice, something like that. And, so Ja Rule happened to be on there, and they asked him, would he do a versus with 50? Yeah. And he's like, well, I'm cool with it, but I don't think 50 would be cool with it. Right. And, Ja Rule's like, I do want to give him, I give shout outs to, Jeezy and Gucci to finish their beef and stuff.
Right.
Like, they kind of squashed it. But I don't think me and 50, he said himself and 50 will ever get to that. But, I'll do it. I mean, I don't have no problem being in the same room with him. I'm not going to do nothing or anything like that.
Yeah. But
I say most likely it probably wouldn't happen.
I agree with him. It probably won't happen, but I think he's right. I think 50 wouldn't go for it because I think the thing that keeps 50 excited about, and buzzing is his conflict with people. So I think for him, and he's like, if I go in there and play nice, nobody gonna care. I ain't really got nothing. I think 50 really feels that way, and I mean, I don't think it should be that way. I mean, I think you're a pretty smart guy, and you can get through this. I think people would actually applaud you, but I really feel like 50 wouldn't go for it because he don't want to play nice.
Nah, man, I can't play nice. You know what I mean? Man, I mean, I can't let this nigga eat, man. That's why I bought up all them damn tickets the first time, man. And then he was doing the little fire festival shit, man. I mean, what the fuck is that, man? You know what I mean? I can't do that, man.
Right.
Horrible 50%.
But yeah, man. I mean, I would love to see it. I actually would tune in for that because, I mean, as much as he probably did do a lot of damage to Ja Rule's career, Ja Rule has a lot of hits. He has a lot of hits.
And Ja, I ain't gonna lie, Ja got some hard shit too. Ja got some hard shit because you gotta understand, like, Ja came up with X and J under that whole umbrella of Mike Geronimo. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Like,
yeah, and he's doing his thing, and I would love to see that. Hopefully, 50 will come around because I mean, it's a lot they could be doing with the verses, but it is what it is.
But but still going back because I did kind of derail it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Going back to the Dipset and stuff, I think that, like I said, I think it would definitely be a good one.
Yeah.
Because they definitely got hits. They got stuff that they couldn't deny.
Quick, before you go too far on that, I think the proposal from Dipset was like 30 songs instead of 20. Because I think the way he broke it down, he said, let's do 10 songs from Cam, 10 songs from Jim Jones, and 10 songs from Jewels. He broke it down like that. So he was like, he threw it out. I think it was either Cam or Jim Jones that threw it out there. One of them threw it out. It was like, let's make it happen. So, I could see that being a good one. You know what I mean? They can go 30 songs, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, man, shoot. Yeah, no one would, I don't think it would be, but they would have to definitely do it, the way they do their songs, they would definitely have to do it like for maybe a minute 20 clip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, so they just wouldn't be able to play with so much. Like you said. So, that would make sense. But you know what would be hard, though? If they broke it down like that on the G Unit side, 50 could definitely do 10. Lloyd Banks would probably do 10. But I don't know. Yayo, I don't think he really had.
Well, would Lloyd come back? Because it's Lloyd's not a member anymore.
Right.
But would he come back for that?
Right. And then, also, would they invite Game into the scenario? You know what I mean? Because, I mean, Game is a dope artist, and, I mean, he's open to it. He's actually, said a couple times that he would, do something with 50. You know, and he'd be open to a reunion if they wanted it. But you know, I think that's all 50. I think 50's like, nah, I don't want to do something.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't let y'all niggas eat, man.
She
you know what I'm
50
saying?
Cent.
You know what I'm saying? I got all these shows to do. I just can't let niggas eat right now.
I can't let niggas eat right now.
Can't let niggas eat right now, man. I'm too hungry. Man.
Get the strap. But yeah, it would be dope, man. I would love to see that, man. So we shall see. I mean, I'm anxious to see what the next verses is going to be. And I'm going to go ahead and put this idea out here. I think it would be dope that, because I saw a video between Swiss and Tim, and they were talking about the verses and how they want to change some of the rules around.
Yeah.
They were saying that they were tired of the DJs getting in the way. Sometimes the DJs would be talking over the artists because they'd be all, put your hands in the air and trying to get the crowd hype, but the artist is busy talking too. So he was like, both of them was like, yeah, we need to relax that, and we also need to find a way to keep the crowd audience retention. And he was like, one of them said something about, what about an intermission? You know, like give the ladies time if they need to use the bathroom, the men, you know, blah, blah, blah. But then how would we keep people? Because then they would leave, you know what I mean? And so my idea is this. If you do an intermission, have the DJs playing a few songs, like, you know, 4 or 5 songs or whatever, just to pass time.
Yeah.
But kind of tell the people before, one of these songs is from an artist who's going to be our next verses. And that way people will be like, oh, now I got to stay and kind of figure it out.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be smart. Because that way you do your intermission.
Right.
But then, you want to be glued. I mean, and you know, you got your way to go back and play back, but to like know in that moment right then, that would be actually great.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I think that would be dope. You know what I mean? If they took that idea, you know, if it happens, you heard it here first. You know.
Yep.
So yeah, that would be dope. But anyway,